What do you think will happen if tomorrow Nigerians can just get guns like government palliative? Like, how do you think it's going to be like?
I don't think to end well at all. That's what I just know because
I,
there's going to be a lot of frustration out there, a lot of poverty, and a lot of data and all that. So it's not going to end well, definitely.
I definitely want to end well because in this Netflix show, Trigger, this Korean drama, the country of South Korea is thrown into this chaos when illegal guns start circulating around. Citizens are receiving guns in packages randomly and nobody knows what's happening. So we have this policeman who was a former sniper in the military trying to investigate what's happening alongside Moon Baek. And in a twist of events, spoiler, Moon Baek turns out to be the arms dealer that is distributing these guns.
Well,
Did you see that coming?
I did from a mile away.
I suspected him because
From a mile away. From the moment he showed up, there was no element of surprise here.
how do you feel about the ending? Because it seemed like you said you having a lot of fun with the show, but the final episode,
I had a lot of fun with the show. I enjoyed it. I was not bored 1 minute. But at the time, it became too preachy. So it was just like, oh, guns are bad, guns are bad. And if you already know about South Korea, guns are not legal there.
yeah,
So it's really just a show that's trying to tell you that, oh, guns are bad. And which I agree. But at the same time, it was getting too preachy. From the first episode, I loved it. I think some people deserved what they were asking for. Like, you were asking for it and you deserve it. Like that first
first
boy in
episode,
the first episode, there was this, they're living in these very small
yeah,
cubicles and we are doing all sorts of things, making all sorts of noises. This person have asked politely. This person is at their wits' end already. And he
they're
just,
even bullying him.
yeah, and he just went, they just fired up. Like, there are a lot of people that, there's some people that I could understand because Moonbeck's entire reason for status and for him sharing guns was because he felt like sometimes justice is not palatable. It's
Yeah,
not the way it should be.
and peace is just like an
Yeah,
illusion. Like
it's like
society
an,
just like, oh, yeah, safe.
yeah,
Because they kept on talking about how guns are just because in the beginning they were like, oh, guns are everywhere in America. Oh, there was this shooting here, and it's not like that in Korea. Imagine something like that happened in Korea, and it happens in Korea, and it's just total chaos. When you give some kind of full power, and it's not just about what will happen if guns are there, but it's just like how much people push people. Even the woman that there was a lady that she was kept on seeking for justice for her son, and this man has been ignoring her until she got a gun and he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But he never remember what's happening. So everybody has their own trigger. Then imagine if they lose it and they snap. I like the beginning of the show. I like how it started. But towards the end, the whole chase, it was not making sense anymore. I'm not saying it was not making sense, but I didn't really like it. I like that Moonbeck, he was not just about, okay, this false sense of safety or peace that everybody has in this country, but also the fact that the country failed him too. So it was just like taking a revenge on the entire nation, although not everybody was guilty of the crime.
yeah. I think that his entire reason for doing things it can be justified because of what he has experienced in the past. However, everybody and what experienced themselves. So the Moonbeck and Lido, the one person knows the dangers of gun and how guns are bad. Moonbeck also knows the dangers of gun, but he just feels like okay, we have to serve justice. So that's the paradox here. And now they have to stop this him from delivering all of this package. And guns are expensive. So I don't even understand what how he's helping the man, his boss, because he's working with somebody. So while we're spreading out guns, that kind of confused me a bit. What is yeah? There's no personal gain here. There's no financial gain here into Korea. Is it like a marketing strategy that okay, people now start ordering for guns in
Yeah,
the
I
long
thought it
run?
was a marketing
Because almost
strategy.
everybody has guns already. So I don't really see the I question that part. That, okay,
I asked the same question to her, like, okay, why do you keep spreading out these guns? I don't even think your boss approves of your strategy because even called, there was time he even called him like, okay, what's up? Is it safe? But I think it's not a bad marketing strategy if you give to like a good number of people. But
yeah,
there was this rally where there was a truck that was,
just bringing out guns and
yeah.
everything.
So I'm like, okay, what's up?
Yeah, so Trigger was an interesting watch, honestly. It was interesting. And at the end, protagonist here, he kind of got what came out on top. And he also adopted a young boy to that experience gun. It was just like a circle. He was able to protect a young boy that was actually exposed to gun violence just
Just
where he was when he was much younger. So yeah. And just showing that okay, humanity can do better, humanity can be at peace, can love each other, we should be more tolerant of each other and bullying needs to really end because I love how in this entire trigger society or this world of trigger, there are different layers, and I love how they really brought out all of these characters. There are some people that were villains that you will always say, no, you're not supposed to have a gun. There's some people
Yeah.
that you were like, I understand why you have a gun. There's some plots that you're really invested in, like especially the schoolboy plot. I was very invested in that plot
Ooh,
a
me
lot,
too.
and I love how much suspense they were able to just drag you in. That okay, watch this.
I did not expect that because there were two schoolboys. I did not expect that the
Yeah,
person
yeah,
was
that was
actually
a
going
nice
to
plot
was the
twist.
other one. Like, oh,
Yeah,
this is
yeah, that
crazy.
was a very good plot. It's like Chica put you at the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Although I said it can be preachy, but that was in episode 10. I was just like, okay,
I didn't like the last episode. I did
like
not
we've
like
heard
it.
you wrap it up. But from episode 1 to 9, even to 10 is not that bad. But it was just like a wrapping up episode, so it was kind of a
Yeah,
bit
the usual
repetitive.
Korean
Yeah, so
style.
but episode 1 to 10, yeah, I was
even
hooked.
though even though it's only a limited series, it seemed like the ending was pretty open because after citizens were returning their guns, Moon Baek is in the hospital. He was arrested or he's
Yeah,
still in handcuffs. But then the black market is still operating, and I think they
yeah,
sent a lady that was holding a gun that went into his room. So
yes.
is he going to die? But we all expect that he's going to die in the first place because he
Then
has this terminal
yeah, had a seminar illness. That's
illness.
why he was really careful. Then also there was the one that attacked the journalist with a gun. So people still have gun basically. But once you already put something like a virus, you already spread out there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'm glad it's a limited series, but I don't. We will watch this a second season.
I think Trigger is over.
I hope it's over.
I think it's over. I don't think there's any need for another season or whatever.
Yeah, it did what it's supposed to do.
I'll give it a 5 because immediately I saw the trailer, I said, "Yeah, I'm going to watch this." And as later on, I was thinking, "Okay, do you want to watch this because it might be action?" And I don't know if I'm really in the mood for action like that. So, but I said, "Okay, no, it's definitely going to be good." So yeah, I
I
like
wanted to watch it, but I was not really very pumped for it. But I was excited when I saw the first episode. I was like, this guy is nuts because to kill your neighbors like that, if it's Nigeria, that was say if this happens in Nigeria, what will happen? It's not going to
I
be
don't
nice.
want
Nigeria is
that.
already a funny society where everybody's already on the edge. Small knocking on the doors, driving
Yeah,
anyhow
yeah,
on the road, people
yeah.
just pull out their guns. So,
Loud music, relevant noises. Like I think I will
oh,
put my trigger for that one because I hate noise. It irks me, and yeah, I think that will be my own trigger.
nah, Nigeria doesn't need something like this.
It
Because this
doesn't
happened in
at
Nigeria.
all.
If this happened in Nigeria, it's over. Even the hospital,
Dirty neighbors, no,
a lot of things that say,
no
because
electricity. I'm just calling my own trigger. So yeah,
no electricity. A lot of people will actually government. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a disaster. So no trigger for any society. I'll give it 4 stars because towards the end I'm like, oh, wrap it up. What's going to happen to Moon Baek? Wrap it up.
yeah,
So I'll give it 4 stars. But it's a good watch.
very fun watch. Until next time, you should let us know what you would do if you are just you wake up in a society that everything is upside down and everyone has their
Guns.
hands on the trigger.
Do you
What
want a
will
gun
you
too?
do? Yeah,
Because they don't
that's
have any reason to have a gun, but they just want a gun because some people already had guns. So how am I going to
yeah,
defend myself?
yes. Because if people have guns, I will have to have my own. So that yeah, I'm not really. I'm anti-gun though. I'm always really leaning
Yeah.
towards peace. But if hypothetically you wake up or the society has gone haywire, what would you do? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. My name is Voke.
And I am Enifome. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.